All right, so the second part that we want to do here is the decentralized reserve currency text. So this is pretty easy. You just add a text here. Actually, let's just change this. The decentralized reserve currency. Pretty sure this is capitalized too. Yeah, so there we go. And let's actually have a look at the CSS here. So I could probably copy the CSS here. And let's just paste it here to see what it has. Alright, cool. So it has a font weight of normal, 500, and it has a font size of 16 pixels, and then it has some width and position and all that kind of stuff. I don't really care about all that stuff because it's generated. It's not accurate. So the only thing that I care here is the font size. So let's delete this and add that style here. So style, font size, and then 16, right? So let's take a look at what the application looks like. Not bad. All right, so color, let's change the color to white. Let's just put that in strings. Cool, and then let's go back here. This has some margin with the with this part. Oh, it's 16 pixels. So margin top 16. And let's take a look at the application. All right, looks better. Now let's go back to here. All right, cool. So we got this really cool kind of Olympus picture. So let's actually copy it. Copy as PNG. I think PNG is a better format. And come here and basically do directory images. So this directory structure is probably not optimal. Ideally, I would want all of these icons and images to be under an assets folder. Let's actually do that right now before we add too much more to this thing. Okay, directory assets. And then I'm just gonna do this. So this is why WebStorm is awesome, because you just drag and drop. It'll refactor your code. Hopefully it'll work. We'll see. I mean, it might not just work the first time. I might have to change some paths and stuff. And sure enough, yes, it didn't. Actually, no, it did work. It put everything under assets, which is pretty sick. So if I go back to here, yeah, everything is still working. Nice, awesome. So that's the decentralized reserve currency part. Let's put an extra view here. There we go. And import. Oh, actually, I didn't bring the image in. Let's go back to Figma, copy images, paste. I wonder if this actually works. Paste. No, it didn't. So let's do it the proper way. Export. I want to export this. 1x doesn't matter. Okay. Show all. Show in Finder. There we go. Landing background. Well, actually, that's essentially a picture of a bank, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like a bank. So let's just actually name it bank. I like it bank better. Bank.png. Alright, copy this, come here, images, paste, bank. Alright, cool, add. I wonder if code completion is going to work here. If that works, then it'd be awesome. Let's copy paste this. Oh, I wonder if I can actually have that as a background. So React Native CSS background image. I wonder if that is essentially an image background. Huh. So the common feature request from developers is this. So how you do that is you got a view and then you put an image background. You basically wrap whatever you want to put inside under an image background, and then you have the source for it. It has a resize mode and everything. That is pretty sick because I can basically put that here. And then it has a resize mode, and it also has styles, which is pretty cool. I wonder if I can actually put that top level and like actually have that be the background of this entire thing. Maybe not actually. I think for the gradient I want to do a separate one. So let's just import this. I wonder what the styles here are. Oh, it's basically like It's got this. Okay, so it's got this image, which is this URI. Let's actually use this right now before we use our own image. All right, so it's got the source, styles.image. Let's see what the styles is. Flex is one, justify content is center. So let's just do that. All right, cool. Let's remove this, clean the code up a little bit. Cool. And then you've got some text. So let's just get rid of this text. Just leave the inside part in. All right, this works. It's working pretty funny right now. Let's take a look at it. This is what it looks like. So I'm guessing I basically have to do a width of 100% probably here. Whoops. Let's put a code comma here. All right, interesting. So it is starting from the middle, and it's got this inside text here, but it does not work the way that I want it to. So I wonder if I can just move this out of here, because this view is centering everything inside of it, and wrap the whole thing in another view. All right, let's go down here, put everything in the middle, clean it up. Let's see what the application gives us. All right, style flex is 1, so this takes up the whole page. All right, cool. So this does seem to be working to a certain extent. This is being weird though. This whole text is not showing up. Only this top part is showing up, really. And yeah, it looks like it's pretty much like filling out the whole thing. So let me get rid of that part. Okay, so if I get rid of that part, it does not seem to show this image background. So what if I actually add a flex of 1 to this view as well? That might do it. Style flex 1. It'll definitely work, but it doesn't really work as nicely as I want it to. Let's remove this flex so that it only takes up as much space as it's supposed to. Let's remove this flex too, honestly. I feel like let's just move this background up here so the whole thing has the background. And another thing that I want to do with the image is import bank. So let's actually import a bank from assets, images probably. Let's see. Oh yeah, I should move these images over here too. Refactor, and it's not going to do anything because that image is not being used anywhere right now. Let's go back to app. All right, assets, images, and then bank.png. All right, so we've got the bank, and we pretty much put it here as source. Clean up the project. Okay, cool. It's looking kind of funky. Let's remove this width here. Maybe it'll do something better. No, it doesn't. Let's remove this resize mode. Maybe that'll change something. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. So let's remove this flex of 1. Maybe that'll fix some stuff. So height. Let's give it a fixed value of 400 pixels or something. Is that too much? Doesn't seem to be too much. And go back to here to see what this actually looks like. So this is supposed to be fading. Is it actually fading in the application? It does not seem to be fading. And this background is actually, let me double click here. Okay. Selection color. So I wonder if they have a gradient. They do have a gradient. Oh, it goes from this color to this color. So that's what they're doing. That's why the bottom of my image is not looking that nice, because of that exactly. So let's do a gradient background. Gradient background React Native. All right, cool. Does React Native styles support gradients? Let's see. I see that this is made for it, blah, blah, blah. Let's take a look at someone's answer. Hopefully it does have an answer. Do, 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 do. Huh. Not at the moment. You should use the library linked. They recently added Android support, and it is by one of the main contributors of React Native. Okay, cool. So I'm guessing I'm gonna have to end up using this. Is there support for React Native itself? Okay. So let's go back. Probably the second link is going to be. Oh. By the way, LogRocket is a really good blog for any kind of React Native development. They've saved my life like multiple times. I wonder if they actually install the same. Yeah, they do install the same library. So it looks like we don't really have any other choice. So yarn add React Native linear gradient. Let's install it. And then, oh, you just got to do this npx pod install as well. After it's done, all right, pod install. And then I'm guessing they have some kind of sample here. They do. Interesting. So you can basically put this linear gradient inside your application. Alright, looks like we're wrapping all of our stuff again. Alright, yes, it's okay to proceed. Yeah, pod install. I'm guessing this is just gonna. Alternatively, I think I could have just gone into the iOS directory and run pod install there. But let's just see where this goes. Pod installation complete. There are 54 dependencies from the pod file, and yeah, that's good. All right, so I wonder if I should actually rerun the application here. So run. This is going to rebuild the application, and my phone is pretty much showing this. So let's just wait for this build to be completed. Every time that you install an application, install a library, you pretty much have to go ahead and rerun the build for your application. This is going to take a while. I'm just going to wait. Unfortunately, the iOS build is not super fast. It partly could be because my laptop is kind of old, but it does have pretty good CPU, so I'm expecting this to be relatively fast. So many items. Okay, let's click here to see what's happening. Alright, looks like there's a lot of tasks that need to be done for this build to be completed. Alright, I'm going to pause the video until this gets a little closer.